Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada की जय. Okay, नाम जब पूरा स्क्रीन शेयर कीजिए. Letter to Kartika, Kirtika, Judith Cornell, Calcutta. 21st May. अच्छा आज के दिन में है. Today is 21st May, 1971. My dear Kirtika, Judith Cornell, please accept my blessings. Rupanuga Prabhu has recommended you for initiation, and I am so glad to accept you as my duly initiated disciple. I have given you the spiritual name Kritika Devi Dashi. Kritika is the name of one of the gopis. Also, your beads have been duly chanted on by me and enclosed herewith. The gopis are so much engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna that they are condemning the Creator, that Brahma, for not knowing how to make perfect eyes. They are disturbed that when blinking their eyes, they could not see Krishna. So that is perfection in Krishna consciousness. To be so much engaged in Krishna's loving service that you cannot bear separation from that service, not even for a moment. So somehow or other, always be engaged. And if there is nothing else, you can always sit down and chant Hare Krishna mantra. 16 rounds daily is the minimal requirement, but you should chant Hare Krishna as much as possible and follow all the regulative principles strictly. Read all books, attend classes, and go for street Sankirtan. In this way, be engaged in Krishna's business 24 hours and you will be happy, and in the end, you will go back home, back to Godhead. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever wisher is Bhakti. Okay, Bangshidhar go.
Letter to Prahladanand, Bombay, 17 June 1971. My dear Prahladanand, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 14th of May 1971 and have noted the contents. I am so glad to note how ISKCON Houston is making steady progress for becoming a grand success, and Sankirtan is being well received, especially at the schools and universities. That is very nice. Try especially to distribute our literatures there and lectures also. These books are so much potent that anyone who reads them is sure to become Krishna conscious. They are so nice. So we want to make propaganda in that way. And if you are enthusiastic and sincere in your efforts, then Krishna will give you all facility. So far as your questions, parching the body unnecessarily is not the desire of the Supreme Lord. So one who goes against the rules and regulations of scriptures is causing pain to the super soul. Therefore, parching the body means parching the super soul. Generally, it is the process of simply chant and hear. Generally, it is the process to simply chant and hear. But if Krishna's Leela comes into remembrance, that is very good. It should come automatically. not that you are remembering artificially. Please offer my blessings to the others, hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Ram Lila Prabhu.
Thank you so much. Letter to Hridayanda, Los Angeles, 6 July 1971. My dear Hridayanda, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 3rd July 1971 and have noted the contents. All these initiation beads should be kept very carefully and protected. It is not a question of changing beads, but this carelessness of losing beads is not very good. You are a very intelligent boy, so you should be careful and instruct others also. So keep your beads in a bag and keep the bag round your neck. Then you won't lose. It was not necessary to send me $10 for the beads, but since you have so kindly sent, I shall gladly add this sum to my book fund. Thank you very much. Also, I hope you have received my previous letter by now, dated yesterday, in regards to that university lecture. Yes, it is all right that you address me as spiritual father. As I have several times explained, when initiation is given, the spiritual master becomes the spiritual father and the Gayatri mantra becomes the spiritual mother, and thus second birth take place. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Thank you so much. I have a question in this letter. Already name was Hridyananda. That means initiation was already done. Then Srila Prabhupada, why saying that after initiation, spiritual father and Gayatri spiritual mother, till that spiritual master, a guru is not cannot be termed as a spiritual father or spiritual master.
No, yes, but he wrote that I want to, he wrote that I want to come, oh my spiritual father, he may address in such a way in a letter. So that is approved by Srila Prabhupada. Like he took initiation before, maybe in the letter he addressed, oh my spiritual father, like that. So, or he may write, can I address my spiritual father? Maybe he asked this type of question. Then Prabhupada said, okay, no.
Yes, thank you so much.
Is it okay?
Yes,
Amrita
Manji.
Prabhu.
Letter to Upendra, Delhi, 8 December 1971. My dear Upendra, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge your letter dated November 22, 1971. And with pleasure, I note that Melbourne Temple is going on very nicely under your supervision. Now keep the standard of our routine work very high, and you will always meet with all success. The best news is that you are increasing nicely the distribution of my books and literature. This is the best activity to distribute solid information about Krishna. Our preaching stands solid on these books. No other movement or cult has such vast background of authority. So we are not afraid to challenge anyone and everyone to defeat their philosophy on the basis of that authority. Krishna appreciates such strong preachers as his dearmost servants. So let us work very enthusiastically to drive away rascal philosophy and establish the real religion of Bhagavad Gita as it is. You say that you have made people who claim that by evolution we are approaching a higher stage of existence. That is true in one sense, that anyone who takes to Krishna consciousness may elevate himself to the highest status of life. Krishna mentions many types of higher beings in Bhagavad Gita, such as demigods and those who dwell on higher planets. We have information that there are 84 lakh species of life. Out of these, 4 lakh species are considered human life. Of these 4 lakh, how many species do we find in our experience? Not many, probably less than 1000. So we must conclude that there are hundreds of thousands of higher and lower types of human forms. But this does not mean that automatically one body evolves into a higher body. No. It is described by Krishna how the soul becomes embodied according to his desire. So there are 84 lakh types of bodies eternally existing. Not that the appearance of a new form in this world means that form has never existed previously. No. As conditions change on this earth planet, the living entities here desire to enjoy in a different way. So they take a different type of body. Even that body may be now here. It has always existed also somewhere else. So if a man qualifies for that body, he may be rewarded the body of Superman as he desires. So if someone wants such body, he must learn the process for acquiring it. That is Bhagavad Gita. Practically speaking, history tells us that human life is becoming more and more degraded in respect of good qualities. Even there may be some temporary advancement of technology. Where is the question of being higher than previously? In Vedic literature, we find description of all kinds of wonderful machines like great airplanes which moved as fast as the mind on the principle of sound vibration. Where is that science now? And how is their science advancing when their sons are all becoming hippies who have no interest in such science? Compare our so called knowledge today with the giant brains who gave us Vedic literature. No poetry, no science, no philosophy, no religion, no culture, no knowledge we have today can be said to be superior to that we find 5,000 years or more ago in India. So, where is the question of advancement of civilization? We cannot create even one flower. What to speak of one sun? So, we should not be hopeful that in this material atmosphere there will be any kind of improvement at all. Better to become closely associated with the Supreme Perfect. Then we shall know what is perfection of our life. This is the culmination of evolution. I have no objection if you install Jagannath deities. For asthma, no food should be taken at night. And in general, avoid overloading the stomach. Chanting Hare Krishna and drinking only Charnamrit water is the best remedy for any bodily disease. But if something else required, chew a little thyme after meals. Potassium iodide is a temporary medicine for asthma. If there are broken beads, they may simply be replaced without that I have to chant on them. Once sanctified by the spiritual master, your chanting of Hare Krishna is eternally blessed. I hope this meets you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Oh, I was muted.
Yes, Maharaj, you are muted.
So nice treatment Prabhupada has given. For asthma, Prabhupada gives solution potassium iodide. And if sick, just drink water and charnamrita. That's all. And don't overload your stomach. And only chant. Yes. I want to read this section again. Can you go? Yes. Yeah. For asthma, no food should be taken at night. Those are suffering from asthma, take this treatment. And in general, avoid overloading the stomach. This is treatment of asthma. Chanting Hare Krishna and drinking only Charnamrita water is the best remedy for any bodily disease. But if something else required, chew a little thyme after meals. What is thyme? Chew a little thyme after meals. Do you know anybody? What is thyme? But if something else required, chew a little thyme after meals. Somebody can ask ChatGPT. Potassium iodide is a temporary medicine. Potassium iodide is
महाराज अजवाइन को बोलते हैं थाइम.
ajwain.
हाँ.
Achha. But if something else required, chew a little thyme after meals. Potassium iodide, little thyme, not so much. Potassium iodide is a temporary medicine for asthma. If there are broken beats, then simply be replaced. Okay, next letter. Letter to Bhagavan, Delhi, 10 December 1971. My dear Bhagavan Das, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge the receipt of your letter dated November 22nd, 1971, along with beads and letters from several devotees at Detroit Temple. I am very glad to accept these students as my duly disciples, and their names shall be as follows. Brain Tivits, Indradimna Das, Elian Tivits, Kripa Mohi Dashi, Heidi Peva, Hri Shakti Dashi. These are all very nice boys and girls, and I have very much appreciated their attitudes of devotion and surrender as displayed in their letters to me. I have replied them under separate cover. Their beads, duly chanted by me, as well as 3 copies of Gayatri Mantra and 3 sacred threads, also duly chanted on, are sent under separate post. Hold a fire yajna and give Gayatri Mantra to Kaliya Krishna Das, Botu Gopal Das, and Ichamati Dashi. I think you have got a tape of me reciting Gayatri Mantra, so use this tape. One thing is that the tape should be heard through earphone into the right ear, so the fire yajna can be held for all 6 devotees. Also, I have sent beads of Shuko Shagori Dashi, duly chanted. In cases when beads are lost, it is not necessary to give new ones to the spiritual master for again chanting. Once the disciple received the Hare Krishna mantra from the spiritual master, that is an eternal blessing. Whether these beads or those beads, if one recommended then I also approve of the marriage between Kali Krishna Das and you may please thank them for the sum of $371 which they have offered me as dakshina and which has been duly deposited in my book fund account in Los Angeles. If you can get some cars or vans from Chrysler company, Chrysler or some, so we shall be very glad to employ them fully in Krishna's service in India. But there is a great propaganda now against America and India due to their countries' stand against India and the war with Pakistan. So you may explain them that by presenting these cars for our welfare work, that they will be improving America's reputation among the Indians because we can publicly give them credit for helping us in this way. I very much approve of your enclosed brochure, and I am pleased by your festival plan for the colleges all over the state. Actually, this roving Sankirtan and the college program is the most appropriate plan for spreading Krishna consciousness and preaching. I have just received intimation from Rupanuga of a very large festival he is planning for Central Park. His conjuncture is very nice, and I want that. Many such festivals should be held in every city. I have one suggestion that on Sundays you make a tent in the backyard garden to accommodate many guests and provide profuse prasadam to all. Yes, actually there is now a skyscraper framework. Now you have to decorate and cover it nicely. To construct the form is the difficult portion of the adventure. But when it is there, it is not difficult to finish it. Simply it requires a little taste. I am always thankful to Krishna that I have somehow got so many wonderful boys like yourself to assist me in this way. Now it is practically in your hands to finish and push on what I have started. I am now getting all respect and honor. So now you must preserve that standard and not dishonor me. Thank you very much for helping me. I hope this finds you in good health and cheerful mood. Your ever holy S.C. Bhakti Swami. Right.
Maharaj, I have a question.
Yes.
Maharaj, that Indudum Das is his name is Indudum Swami Maharaj, right?
Maybe.
And okay.
Why? Yeah, Indudum Maharaj took initiation in 1971. Yeah.
Maharaj, then again my question is that after sannyas initiation, normally name changes to something else, as like Guru Maharaj and other devotees also.
When this name is given by Srila Prabhupada, so when someone gives sannyas, he has no courage to change Prabhupada's name.
Okay, Maharaj. Okay, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Because if someone give initiation, how you can change Prabhupada's name given by Srila Prabhupada?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, we have another 2-3 minutes. Mukshidhari can read another letter.
Maharaj, there is one raised hand. Kanhu Charan Prabhu.
Okay, Kanucharan.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, no comment. Maharaj, thyme means here showing it is a herbal plant used for masala, the herbal plant, and homemade remedy for cold and digestion system.
Thyme is a medicine,
Herbal, yes, Maharaj.
herbal medicine.
Herbal medicine.
Composition?
It is used for masala, it is masala tree, and for homemade for remedies, cold, cough, and digestion.
Acha, it is homemade medicine.
Yes.
महाराज इसको हिंदी में अजवाइन के फूल ही बोलते हैं. हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन अजवाइन लिखा आ रहा है उसको.
Ajwain, thyme.
हाँ.
Maharaj, Arjun is same related to but different plant.
Huh?
It was Arjun is used in Indian countries and thyme is in Western countries.
Okay. Maybe that medicine, maximum part ajwain. We can combine. Okay, we can stop today here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shabad Gaur Bhakti Gaur Bhakti.